What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. I hope you're all doing well. Fantastic turnout on the stream today. We have got quite a bit to talk about. We have got 45 minutes till FOMC. Really, really good to see everybody in the chat. Today's going to be an interactive show. I don't just want to spam you guys with links and news because there isn't really a ton going on, but that doesn't mean we haven't got a show prepared. Today's show is going to be namely for you guys. Now, how does this work? How it's going to work is like this. Number one, I know that you're all trading gurus here. I know that you've all tuned in today because you all know what's going on. You all know that FOMC is about to happen. You know the price action is going to get messy. Yes, we are going to cover Bitcoin, but on the previous stream that we did for CPI, we had Bitcoin, we had the S&P, we had the dollar, and then we had INJ. The reason we had INJ on the stream was because we all wanted to see if NJ was going to get stopped out or not, and unfortunately I did, stupid market. However, today we're going to have a different altcoin, and you guys are going to choose it. So at some stage in the stream, I'm going to get you guys to spam the comments and let me know which altcoin we should have whilst we're watching the FOMC massacre. All right. At the same time, I want all of you guys to get involved in the upcoming poll that I'm going to do in a minute to see where you guys are gauging whether or not we are bullish or bearish for FOMC. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to share the screen. Okay. And then once I share the screen and we're looking at Bitcoin, what we'll do is we'll do a little shout out. So we've got our Forex factory here. Let me zoom in for everybody. And yes, we have got quite a few things happening over the course of the next few hours. All right. We've got the FOMC economic projections followed by the FOMC statement. That's the big one. We've got the federal funds rate, the FOMC press conference, which, I mean, if it's super serious, I'll stick around, but I doubt it will be. Then we've got GDP, which is part of New Zealand. So no stress there. Now, before we get to the chart of Bitcoin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout everybody out. Okay. Let's see who we have in the chat. My thing's freezing. We've got Crypto Mac in the house saying good afternoon to Richard. Richard's a good lad. We've got Abdul in the chat as well. Good to see you, my brother. We've got Richard in the chat. Everybody let Richard know that it's a good afternoon. Good afternoon to Richard. We've got Nasib in the chat. Fantastic. We've got Elizabeth in the chat too. Show lots of love and respect to the mods in the chat. They work super hard and they do it for free. Okay. We have got the Inverted Bull in the chat. That's a fantastic name. I like the pun there. We got Halfwell. Good to see you, my bro. Halfwell. We've got CYB in the chat. Absolute great to see you, bro. It's good to see a consistent joiner. Like, I've seen you join a couple of times now. Really good to see you. Thank you for your love, mate. We have got David Job in the chat. That is the most articulate name ever. Hi, my name is David Job. How are you? I like it. We've got Classic Cookie from the road saying, "Hey, wagwan chat. All good, my brother. Ready for FOMC, man." Yes. And then Richard's back again. We've got Sirhat in the chat. Great to see you, Sirhat. Thank you for tuning in. Is it my room? I don't know. I don't see no gal here. Might not be. Might be. We'll stick around to find out. We've got a few altcoins coming in already, but we're going to take those later. Spiros, good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Bryant. We've got Pinocchio. We've got David Cook. Could be David Job's brother. Who knows? We've got Mo Plays. We've got Omar. We've got Kronos. We've got Marios, we've got Martin, we've got Mike, all these names. We've got Mohammed, we've got Alt Hayes, we've got Uzair, we've got Amos, we've got lots and lots of people today. A few more. Manish, we've got GoPro, we've got Lily. Good to see you, love. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Williams, we've got Reply Guy, and I'm gonna have to stop there. I'm so sorry, I've got to stop there. One more, just to say hi to Gerzen. Good to see you, Gerzen. Thank you very much. It was a little nice intro. I'm happy today. I'm feeling in a good mood pretty much because of everybody in the chat. You know, everybody in the chat's in a good mood. Therefore, I'm in a good mood. Now, let's go over to FOMC, all right? We can't digress. Is the screen looking a bit blurry to you? The camera's looking a bit blurry for me, you know? Anyway, right. So, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Before we look at Bitcoin, let's have a quick rundown of the market to see what's in green and what's in red, okay? We had a bit of red very recently. And I wanted to see over the course of 24 hours, given what's happened with CPI, I wanted to see what the current state of the market is. Thus, we look closer and we see that BNB is up 4.2%. That's something that stands out. Bitcoin's up 0.5%, but we're going to cover Bitcoin in depth, so we don't need to worry about that. Anything else that stands out? Polygon is 3.2% up. Solana, Polkadot. So the layer ones, I can see the layer ones are starting to give off some resurgence. Uniswap is up 8.6%. Does anybody know why Uniswap is up that much? Over double compared to what everything else is up. We've got Chainlink up at 4.2%. Again, it seems like layer ones are currently dominating the market today. So if you're long layer ones, you've done all right for the day. All right. I would be taking profit before FOMC, and it's very obvious why. Now, let's go over to Bitcoin. So for those who tuned in yesterday, I'll give you a quick rundown. What we're looking at here for Bitcoin is we are looking at last week's Monday's range. So go back in time, go to June the 5th. I've got my highs and I've got my lows. This is the range that we're using. You've got the range high, which comes in at 27.1k-ish, and you've got the range lows coming in at 25.3k, and the mid-range coming in at 26.2k. Now, yesterday, the scenario I gave to you on the stream, which you can go back and check, no issues at all, is I said a deviation of the mid-range that happened during CPI. Sell-off, break this trend line. Look. Wait, what's going on? What was that? Look for the retest of the trend line. Now, all right, we got a bit lucky, okay? In terms of the retest of the trend line, it was very perfect. Trading isn't always perfect like that, so don't look at this and think I'm some superstar trader. This is a beautiful retest. So caught the retest. We've got our invalidation. I said the first target was this level here. I would have trimmed off about 70% there. And then the second target was the trend line itself. The question is though, since that CPI stream, what has Bitcoin done? Okay, because this target got hit here after the stream was done. So if we zoom out a little bit and bring it here, this highlighted box, which I have now, is what Bitcoin has done since yesterday's stream. That's it. It hasn't touched the mid-range. It hasn't touched the 75%. It hasn't given us any indication whether or not it wants to go up and down. This sounds like a trap. Okay? If you're following me in the Telegram, and you all should be, it's the first link in the description below. The vibes are fantastic in the Telegram. A lot of fun, a lot of engagement. We've got really good people in there. Tune in if you haven't tuned in already, all right? Check the Telegram out. Now, when looking at a chart like this, the first thing that comes to my attention is the actual Monday's high. Let me bring this a little bit in. I don't like how much room we've got there. Let me bring it here like this, 25 point. Yeah, there we go. That's enough. That's not necessarily. There we go. Now, when I'm looking at this, I ask myself the question, where is price capped? Why am I struggling to trade this particular range? What is it about this range that is causing an issue for getting good R2R trades? Now, the issue is simply this. If we take Monday's range, we're looking at a very decent range. We're looking at a 3K range, 2K, less than $2,000 of a range. Arguably, this range is a decent range to trade. Yes, I agree. However, when price is capped like this, that range becomes very, very small. Now, further to add confluence to that, it's not just a case of this range being small, but we are getting nasty wicks in and out of this range. So when you're trading, you either put your stop loss below Monday's low, or you put your stop loss above Monday's mid. That is not good trading. No, you didn't miss anything, Cheryl. We're just picking up with Bitcoin at the moment, but don't worry, this recording will be up. You can rewind. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Miles, and welcome, Frederico, and welcome everybody else, okay? Good to see everybody in the chat. Now, going back to Monday's range, arguably, if we're having a deviation of Monday's range, you'd think to yourself, well, NJ, the liquidity was taken here, wasn't it, above Monday's mid-range? Why are we not going lower? Or, NJ, we've come to Monday's low twice. Why are we not going for Monday's high? Simply because during weeks where we have a lot of news events, people are shook to trade. You have the traders that have big accounts and they don't need to trade. They'll look at a week like this and think to themselves, you know what? I don't actually need to risk my capital, because that's how big traders think. They don't think in terms of, hey, how much money can I make today? What market? Yeah. They don't think like that. The way that they think is, right, what is the risk associated with this next move that I'm going to make? They play a game of chess. This is how SC plays, not on crypto Twitter, but when he's trading by himself, he's not thinking, how much money should I put down on this? What, rolling the dice? That's looking all right still. What he's thinking is, what is the probability behind this trade that I'm going to take? The risk that I'm associating with this trade, what's the probability of price going against me? Now, during a week like FOMC, price tends to go against you non-stop. And it's difficult because I understand how you all feel. I know that a lot of you wait. Why is my camera blood clot doing that, bro? I know how a lot of you feel. Just ignore the camera for now. It will fix itself. A lot of you feel as though, you wake up in the morning, you start your day, and you think to yourself, I'm going to hit the trading desk. I'm going to hit trading view, and I'm going to look for a scalp, or I'm going to look for a trade. I'm going to look for something that's going to allow me to really dominate the next trade. And you look at the market, and then you see this gray box here that I've highlighted, and you think to yourself, well, the market's giving me absolutely nothing. So what do you do when the market's doing that? What you do, and you're not going to like the answer, what you do is you simply wait. You plan and you wait. And that is the absolute most difficult step of trading that I've learned over the years. And even though I've been in trading now for 5-6 years, I'm not going to lie, I still struggle with it. Mac has been with me for 2 years. He's struggling with it. AM has been with me for 2-3 years now, and he also struggles with it. I've got 140 people in the chat here. You guys are all, some of you are great traders, some of you are good traders, some of you are newbie traders, but I know you're all struggling with it as well. We look at this range and we think, come on, NJ, find something, bro, find something. When in reality, the only thing I can tell you is there are two scenarios. The first scenario, which has probability behind it, and I'm really upset that my camera is doing this, I look like some ghost. The first scenario is, once again, we deviate the mid-range. We get that spike up, maybe take out this high here, get back below the mid-range, and then we can trade it all the way back down to 25.8k. I would not even target Monday's low. I would trim off a majority at this 25.8k, and then I would let it run to Monday's low if it runs. If not, if it comes back and stops me out, whatever, I banked 80% of it. Right? The second trade that I see as high probability is if we don't get any of that. If FOMC is horrible, and if it's silly and it's really, really mind-bogglingly shite, right? What we're going to do is we are going to wait for something like this, okay? Let price do its thing. The moment we get back inside of this Monday's range, you're going to see a little Telegram thing that comes up on my Telegram that says, I'm either long or I'm going to short. I'm going to make a decision around somewhere here where I say to myself, all right, we've taken out Monday's low now. Okay, we've got that liquidity that we were looking for. By the way, I can see that there's more people than usual here. Absolute legends. Can we please get to over 100 likes? It would really help with the YouTube channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We've got 100 people here. I know more than 50% don't subscribe to the channel. So the camera isn't usually this bad, Usually you can see myself, So anyway, we get back into Monday's range. If we can climb back into Monday's range, I'm going to play it up till mid and then up to the high, because once it gets back into the Monday's range, the liquidity ain't going to be here. It's going to be up here. That's where you're going to get the nasty stops. I would trim 75% of my trade around here, because you can see these clean highs, this little trap that we got here, trying to bait us, but we're better than that. We know better. Okay? And then I would let it ride to Monday's high. Now, this is the issue. Why am I speaking of these probability trades? Hey, bruv, NJ, bro, you just marked out two scenarios and then you trying to claim clout, yeah? No. The first thing that we need to ask ourselves is, where is price trapped? Price is trapped between Monday's high and Monday's low. Price is trapped between Monday's mid and Monday's low. We have to wait. We have absolutely no choice but to wait. Now that my rant is over, hopefully you've learned something. I'm going to ask you guys the question. Let's go over here and let's put a poll up and let's see what everybody's saying. All right. Now, FOMC. What happens to Bitcoin? What happens to Bitcoin? Bullish, bearish. That poll is going up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Everybody take. Hey, the camera's back. Hey, come on, come on. Let's see what you guys think. Now, we've got some interesting comments coming in. We've got JL saying, okay, they're going to pause the rate hikes. Now, do you think they're going to pause the rate hikes? That is one of the plausible scenarios. If they do give us a rate hike pause, okay, all right. Is FOMC already out? 7 p.m.? Is it not 7:30? Is it not 7:30? That's a bit embarrassing if that's the case. Price ain't. Ooh, price is moving. All right, we ain't even got time. Hey, price needs to give us more than this, you know. Price needs to give us. You're telling me that they've paused the rate hikes, and this is what price is doing. So it's not even bullish. But this is bullish news. A pause on the rate hikes. That's fantastic. But why is price not doing anything? Get me. Do you know what? Screw this poll. Let me know. Spam the chat with the altcoins. Spam the chat. I want to know what you guys think we should put up for altcoins. Let's get some altcoins up as well. Let's get some altcoins. So we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do 4. Spam the chat. Let me know what altcoin we should put in. Let's put Bitcoin on the minute chart. I thought it was 7:30, lads and ladies. I'm sorry about that. Embarrassing. Oh, look at the dollar. Look at the dollar. Hold on, we've got the SN. Oh, the S&P. And then we've got Solana. Does everyone want Solana? Everyone happy with Solana? We could do Solana. This is kind of dead, isn't it? My God, look at these plans that I put out. I was like, Monday's low, Monday's high. But price is trapped in that stupid grey box. All right, we're seeing some altcoins coming in. Gala, we see RNDR. Now, Chunky Bear says this is bearish. Now, I really appreciate your opinion here, Chunky Bear. I assume you're talking about a potential rate hike coming in the future. Everybody's titled to their opinion, all right? So please feel free to drop your opinion in the chat. It's gonna be appreciated. But what I will say is, although I do think that another rate hike will come, I do think another 25 BPS will come in the next cycle. At the same time, in the next cycle, in the coming months, I think at the very, very same time that this is good news. We've had rate hikes all across 2022. We need to also look at the bigger picture just a little bit, just to identify, where we are in the crypto space. Now, from a Bitcoin perspective, we've had hey, look at what the S&P is doing. We've had all these rate hikes over the course of 2022. We've had all this dumping across 2022. Now we're starting to slow down on these rate hikes. In fact, this is the first time in the last year and a half. And I challenge anybody in the chat. You're all family, but I challenge all of you in the chat to tell me when the last time we got a rate pause was. All right? Here's the rate pause. CPI coming in at 4%. Target 2%. We are almost there. Do you know what I'm hearing in my head when I'm hearing all of this? I'm hearing that the bull market is approaching. Smash a like if you're excited for the bull run. Hey, what is... Oh! Hey, hold on. Remember what I was saying about the dollar yesterday? Look what I was saying about the dollar. Oh my goodness. There's just too many emotions. Now, is this a bearish retest on the dollar? You see that little line there? That's a big mid-range, that blue line that I've got marked out there. Is this a bearish retest for the dollar where Bitcoin's going to start pushing up a little bit here? Or is this actually the beginning of the dump? Now, I think that the market is going to respond positively to this. I think that the market is actually going to respond positively to this. A rate pause means that there's no further aggregation. I think that's the right word. It means that there's not going to be any more problems coming in the near future. Of course, we still have the current rates being where they are. Okay, they've been hiking rates now for the better part of 12 months. That damage is there. Okay, it's going to remain there. It's going to be as difficult. So having a pause on your rates doesn't mean that your mortgage is going to get cheaper. It means that it's not going to get more expensive. if you're switching on the aircon, if you're switching on the TV, if you're using your fridge overly, maybe you're doing barbecues outside, the energy levels are still going to cost what they were costing last week. However, it's not going to cost more. So it's a very, very beautifully designed way to make you think that life is good. Yeah. That said, everybody in the chat, I want to know what you guys think. Because to me, what I'm hearing is that we are edging closer and closer and closer to rate cuts. Do you lot know what that means? Do you lot know what rate cuts mean? What XRP? Liz is saying XRP. What's going on with XRP? No, it's not doing anything, love. It's doing it's a bit dry, isn't it? Oh, look at the dollar. Hey, no, the dollar's not playing. I'm calling it now. The dollar's not playing. 15 minutes. Look at it's coming all in one go. It's all happening in one pop. Look at this dollar. Talk about V-shaped reversal. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Look at what the dollar is doing. Pay attention. I want to see the dollar go mad. That is what you call, oh man, and we're coming back above that mid-range as well. Do you know what this mid-range is? Do you lot know what this mid-range is for this dollar? Do you want me to bring this up for you? Hold on a second. Let me show you. Let's go to the DXY. Oh goodness. Hey, mashallah. Mashallah. Smash a like if you're appreciating what the dollar's giving us here. Whoever went short on GBP USD or Euro USD, you're killing it today. That is trading expert. Now, if we go to the weekly on the dollar, I was showing you guys this blue line. This chart, you see this dollar channel, it's a 20-year dollar channel, 20-year dollar channel. This started when I was like young, man. I was like a little boy. I only had mustache back then. I only had a mustache back then. I didn't even have no beard back then. Mac was still talking like this back then. That's when this channel started. And look where we are now. So naturally, you're going to get a lot of madness in this mid-range. And on the weekly time frame, if the weekly closes like this, a deviation of the mid-range, come back above, close like this on the weekly. Oh, come on, ledgers, in the chat. Let me know. I know that you're all trading. Let me know what you guys think. Is that bullish or bearish? What does that mean for the dollar? Why have I got a pink box up here? Where do I think the dollar is going? Further to add to that. Let me just add this, yeah? Let me show you this. You see something like this. Now imagine we compress. Imagine we go boring and sideways for the next couple of weeks and we're just doing this. Everybody's going to be like, yo, NJ, man, dollar's boring, man. You see this price action here? That's what happened last time. And then the dollar just dumped, bro. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we're going to break out, come up here, then come back down and do this. And this is going to be the bull market. That's going to be the bull market. And what does bull market mean? Bull market means altcoins. It means oracles. It means meme coins. It means layer ones and layer twos. Everybody in this chat's going to be making 50x, 100x. Now, this is not financial advice. Don't go and email any clips of me to the SEC or anything like that because I'm not looking for trouble. I'm just looking for a good time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Now, anyway, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There isn't really much to talk about other than this FOMC news. This is a good drop. Okay? I'm very, very impressed with this news. And I think that going forward, we're going to be getting closer and closer and closer to that bull market. I'm being so patient with this. If you go back to my videos a year ago, you're going to see me talking about this channel. You go back to my videos a year ago, you're going to see me talking about being patient, bull market, bear market, accumulation, bull market, bear market, accumulation. We are in accumulation, in my opinion. We are in accumulation. So if I tell you that a bull market comes after accumulation and we're in accumulation now, do the maths. And Jay with a lovely comment here. Thank you very much for that, Jay. Jay says, what are you doing if you're not subbed to Trader SO and SC and NJ? I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I'll take a couple of comments and then I'm going to shoot. All right. So if anybody has anything to say, if anybody wants to interact, then go for it. I'm down for any opinions. Bedouin, Crypto Bedouin, my passion of the Christ brother. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you very, very much. I'll tell you what, before I take some comments, let's put Bitcoin up because that's the one that I really trade, isn't it? Let's go to the 15-minute and let's do something like this. Look, guys, look, how annoying is this? How annoying is this? Look at the plans that I marked out for Bitcoin, right? And it just stayed inside of this grey, inside of this really, really tight. Silly, 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 silly. Min says, how is it going, NJ? It's going good, Min. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm a little bit excited for that. Smash a like and subscribe if you're excited for and my birthday. Maybe I'll do a stream. Maybe I'll do a stream if you guys are interested. Brian says, NJ, you're amazing. Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Same as you. I'm the same as you. Powell speech soon. Well, look, this is the thing, Jan. This is the thing. It doesn't seem worth it doing a watch along for the Powell speech when the market has reacted like this. Now, if we started getting a monstrous reaction from the market and I started seeing our trade plans follow, maybe we took a live trade if one of the plans would follow, then I would say it might be pertinent to watch Jerome. Let's see what Mr. Powell has to say. But when you're getting a range like this after such a magnificent response, I know it's bearish in the short term, but this is bull market in the long term, in my humble opinion. I just don't think we need to do a watch along for that. I'm probably going to shoot in a couple of minutes. Jargo says, I'm with you on the dollar pump, NJ. Yeah, I think so as well. Halfwell says that's the Chinese force field in the pink. Yeah, man. I don't think China. I was speaking to another influencer the other day, and we were talking about, she mentioned something about China, and I said, you know what, China can't start a bull market, and she didn't seem impressed with my conversation, with my response at all. She started the response with, I respect you, but China is the second largest economy. And I thought to myself, well, you're proving my point. I've said that the dollar is the strongest currency in the world, and whatever your bull market is hinged off what the dollar is doing. There is no scenario unless something happens with Bitcoin that is separate, that is globally impacting. It's all reliant on the dollar. And then she turned around and said, well, the dollar's the first one, true, but China's the second one. And if China do this and if China do that, then this. It wasn't a very, very strong point, but I'd love to have her on the show. I'd love to have her on the show and debate it on the show, I think it's all hinged off the dollar. That's my full-on take. Whatever the dollar's doing is what will trickle down and impact Bitcoin later. You have to remember, we're all crypto people here. Well, at least most of us are. We are focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the question that you've got to ask yourself is, where does that sit in the grand scheme of crypto? In the grand scheme of traditional markets of the world, where does Bitcoin sit? Because I want Bitcoin to go up. If Bitcoin goes up, ETH goes up. If ETH goes up, everything that's been built on ETH goes up. If everything that's been built on ETH goes up, everybody looks at ETH and the altcoins and think, oh, I need to catch the next layer. So they go to Matic and they go to Polygon and Solana and Polkadot. That's a layer 1 too. But they go there and they say, all right, I'm going to long this. When that goes up, they say, oh, well, we missed out on Polkadot. Now we've got to look at the projects that are being built on Polkadot and Solana and Matic and so on. And then you have the bull market, right? It's all hinged off the dollar. First, we need that that breath. We need to be able to breathe. They need to give us these rate cuts, quantitative easing. If they can give us this quantitative easing, then that's when I'm expecting for the market to slowly start turning. In fact, I could see it turning before that. I could see a recession being announced. And as that recession is being announced, the market has already priced it in, and everybody's saying, NJ, we're bearish, NJ, we're bearish. And I'm on the stream in a couple of months' time saying, guys, I'm bullish, I'm longing. Everybody's like, Bitcoin's going to go to 1K, $500. Watch. I'm telling you now, if you don't believe me, give it a couple of months. Everybody's going to be like, Bitcoin is shit, man. Nah, man, I don't even play with crypto, guys. Crypto is dead, bruv. You need a plan in life. Meantime, market's already priced it in. You know, have we got any questions? CYB says no rate cuts until inflation hits 2%. Maybe it could get to 2%, or it could be just shy of 2%, and they could just reverse it. But all in all, I think the market's going to react before we actually get to that 2%. I'm seeing a lot of happy birthday messages in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. NJ, what are your thoughts about Bitcoin dominance? All right, Bitcoin dominance. That's a good question. It's not one that I would usually take. Bitcoin dominance is, let's see where it is. This is the chart that I had marked out for Bitcoin dominance from a few weeks ago on the stream itself. I said, look, I think Bitcoin's going to start going lower, and I think the dominance will go lower as well as Bitcoin's going lower, meaning ultimate carnage for altcoins. Ultimate carnage. Now, whilst this is happening, we get closer to the halving. Altcoins are at levels that we never expected it to get to. And then before altcoins start showing their strength, Bitcoin steps onto the scene, and Bitcoin says, I'm going to show you what I'm about. And then all these dreams and visions that you have of Bitcoin going up only, like in the last cycle where you meet people that did 1000x, 200x, 300, you're like, how did you make this money? You're going to get to be a part of that, because you'll start seeing Bitcoin going crazy, 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 and altcoins won't really move. And the dominance will start shooting upwards, and altcoins aren't moving, but Bitcoin is breaking new all-time highs consistently over and over again, And then what will happen is Bitcoin dominance will start breaking down, and we are going to have one fat altcoin party that's going to last months on this show. So subscribe to the channel. If you're not on the Telegram channel, it's the first link in the description below. Smash a like on the video. Get involved with the community. Get involved. Get yourself on Twitter. Get yourself on Telegram. Join the In It for the Tech Telegram. Join the In It for the Tech channel, this channel, bottom right hand corner. And yeah, I will see you all for the next one. Dank McDizzle says, appreciate the Telegram, NJ. Thanks for all the help. Thank you, mate. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in. Absolutely fantastic turnout. Really good to have all of you here. I hope you learned something, even though our trade plans the market's done absolutely nothing. No trade for anybody. And that's what the market does. It's silly sometimes. We'll have really good days, really boring days, and occasionally we'll have bad days too. All right. But we're together, and we'll stay together across the entirety of the next bull run. Cheers, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day. And I'll